No private jets. I love how you act like, oh, Drake, bust me down, ice me up. Great. We know you, by the way, wink, wink, I know that you rich as fuck, but your audience don't know. Keep them niggas in delusion. Keep them thinking that you're just like them. Keep them thinking that you got like a WIC card. Trust me. The moment they think you're glowing up, they look for another one of you. That's what they did to Glorilla. But you don't got to believe me. Keep doing what you do. All right. Let's keep it moving. My boy Offset talking about the threats made by Kenneth Petty. If you don't know, that's Nicki Minaj's husband, the guy who basically told Offset to plan his funeral, pussy, when Offset supposedly DM'd him, basically saying, yo, bro, like, why are you threatening my wife? Here we go. By the way, Kenneth Petty has since been put on house arrest for like 3 months or 4 months, and Offset's dropping an album tonight. He went to the Breakfast Club. He was asked about it. All right. I got to give Offset a lot of credit, man. Offset seemed like a grown-up, and I think Kenneth Petty was like 50. His wife 50. You know? Those are the Petties. The Petties and the Minajes, whatever they're called. They're like 50 years old each. And they're thinking about the streets. Let me tell you something. This ain't even about Offset. This is about QC. And I want to bring in P into this. I've been covering the Migos since 2012, 2013. And I remember I was used to cover them, and every show they go to, they get in a fight. There was a shootout, leaving, blah, 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 blah. They were super violent, chain snatches, this and third. It felt like it was always beef. That's why I called them the top 3 goons from Gwinnett County. These men were trying to pursue a music career, but clearly there was issues that came along and they weren't running from it. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. There was a turning point. The turning point that I noticed was Bad and Bougie. I remember having a lot of conversation with a lot of different people, especially P. And P, who is the guy who really molded and put QC where it was. And by the way, all of that $300 million he got from Scooter Braun, whatever, he deserves it. I'm going to tell you why. He had the hottest street group out when groups weren't even a thing. When it first started, when you first seen him on the Breakfast Club, motherfucking Offset was locked up. He held the shit down. He made shit work. He had the Migos rocking. And I remember him reaching out to me while this is a street group. And he said, yo, Ak, I can't tell you how to do your job. But I do want to tell you stuff we want to focus on. And we're trying to change the image. Because I know you put out a lot of stories about this is happening and violence that happened around this and third. But they said something to me really important. They said, and this was when Bad and Bougie hit. They said, that street shit ain't it, man. That shit's stopping it. People are starting to be scared of us. The brands don't want to come in because they think we gonna fuck shit up. We bring in shootings. And it's like they had a reminder. They had an awakening to say, yeah, all that shit y'all was doing when y'all was smaller artists, it ain't gonna work no more. And I talked to P. And after that, I saw them change their image. He would not book the Migos to be in certain clubs where there might be altercations. They started doing things to try to change their perception. Because if they really wanted the bag, they couldn't get the bag fighting, beat niggas up, and being in shootouts all the fucking time. That's what I call being motherfucking grown. Now, you're not going to get that same type of realization. I don't care if you're 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. When you're Nicki Minaj's husband, and all you've been known for is fuckery and bullshit, who's going to tell you you look stupid standing out on the street corner saying that a nigga should plan his funeral? Who's going to tell you that? Who's going to tell you that You throwing up all these gang signs and bringing your gang members around when your wife is the queen of hip hop might scare away the brands that want to be in business with her. Who's going to tell you that? But do you even care? Your wife's Nicki Minaj. You probably never seen or never thought you would be with a woman that would be this rich. Whether she has 100 million or 500 million, it's the same to you. You don't think about what you costing her. That's why I said I liked Offset. You know, I talked to Offset one day. He told me some really dope shit. He said, yo, Ak, you know, I gotta always turn up. He said, my wife is Cardi B. Ask Offset about that. He said, Ak, I can't ever chill. My wife is Cardi B. You know what that meant? You know what he was trying to signal and tell me? Is that my wife is one of the littest musicians, littest entertainers on God's green earth. I'm not no nigga who's a slouch. Because when your chick doing all the winning and you the loser in the relationship, you can't walk around that crib with your nuts hanging. Boy, go get the diapers, nigga. Who watching the baby? It's you, nigga. You the stay-at-home dad. So when you see Offset not only defending his wife, dropping music really inspired, it's because he knows his other half is lit as a motherfucker. And he don't want to be the lame ass nigga who's just there holding her pocketbook. And this is where we get to Big Zoo. Big Zoo, you should be taking notes. You probably know the stories, hopefully. Nicki abused motherfucking Safari, who's a purse holder. Threatened him all the time. People walked into the room or walked into the studio hearing her cuss him out, tell him all type of shit. Rather than trying to be the goon, how about you try to help get her business on another level? You don't got to be a musician, but you got to realize when your gooning is outdated. Your gooning can't help Nicki Minaj. It could only hurt her. You cause a lot of embarrassment to her. You see what Offset's doing? Yo, that shit ain't going to help me. I'm trying to go up. Shout out to my wife. I'm trying to go up. It's a difference. Let's keep it moving.